Hello and welcome everybody. This is the first part of a Skyrim guide that I'm working on. Basically, I've been playing Skyrim for a very long time, well over 1,000 hours. It is my favorite game of all time. And I thought I was done with Skyrim for good. I would just put so many hours into it. I got all the achievements on Steam and GOG that I thought I'm permanently done with Skyrim. However, a friend of mine just started playing Skyrim for the first time, and I thought I gotta make a few guides on Skyrim for any new players out there. So this is all the guides basically made on just kicking ass in Skyrim, making the game as easy and having as much fun in the process possible. We'll take a look at multiple builds, multiple races, classes, quest lines, etc. All the things that make Skyrim fun and easy and cool. Naturally, it will be heavily modded as well. All right, first tip number one. If you want to start a new game, you do not start a new game directly. What you do is you go to load, and then you switch character, T, right? And then you switch to prisoner. All right. Yeah, whatever. This allows you to skip the unskippable scene of how they are running, driving down the on the carriage. So otherwise, that scene is unskippable. So if you start a new game, you have to watch the whole 2-minute intro without skip.
No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this. You're not gonna kill me.
Yeah, I guess it's global warming going on, so the guards not wearing as much armor.
Wait,
Global warming
you
in
there.
Skyrim.
Step forward. Who are you?
Alright, cool. And we get now to our race selection. Alright, so which race to pick? It's a very big choice. That's the only thing that's not changeable in Skyrim. Everything else, appearances and stuff, can be changed later on. Alright, let's just go ahead and start with some of the notable ones. So the Orc is the notable warrior class. So basically, whatever class you're playing, warrior, thief, rogue, or sorcerer, or mixer of a mixing of everything. So for warrior, regarding warrior, orcs are by far the best class. They have berserker rage, a skill which allows them to do double physical damage, while at the same time take half the physical damage. Yeah, this becomes incredibly useful at very high level difficulties, because of the high level difficulties, the bosses like uh, the the bosses, the bandit bosses, do insane amount of physical damage, and they can easily kill you in like 2 hits. Well, they can trigger the execution animation is just in just a couple of hits. So with the Berserker Rage, you only take half the damage, so your survivability improves by a lot on hard difficulty. But on normal difficulty, Skyrim is way too easy for that. So I won't recommend choosing Orc just for Berserker Rage if you're playing normal difficulty, just because Skyrim is easy already as it is. So this is a very notable character if you're playing as a warrior on a high difficulty setting. All right, the second one would be the High Elf. So the High Elf is the mage type class. So if you're playing as a mage, High Elf is the only option pretty much, because they have plus 50 points to Magicka, which not only gives you a larger mana pool, but it allows you to cast spells that normal characters would not be able to cast. They wouldn't have enough Magicka. So High Elf is definitely a choice for mage users. He also has the skill of Highborn Power that regenerates Magicka really quickly. So yeah, if you're in combat and you're out of Magicka, that's your only way to go. So if you're playing a mage, High Elf is the only option, unfortunately. All right, all the other options are really kind of lame, kind of not interesting. Just have some plus, some negatives. The one that stands out the most, actually, here is Breton. Uh, it's a very funny haircut. Um, so Breton has um, 25% magic resistance to everything. So just out of the blue, you're 1/4% resistant to all forms of magic. And he also has a dragon skin power, which allows him to absorb spells 50% of the time. And when you absorb spells, you not only make the spell useless, it also restores your magic as well. So with enough buffs and everything, Breton can be completely immune to magic for a short period of time, which makes Breton is very useful build, overall useful build, because he's can be almost completely immune to magic. All right, the other builds have some pros, some cons, just not very useful. Nothing specifically stands out here. Um, well, naturally, let's see, Nord has 50% cold resistance, and most of the mages, necromancers, and etc. will be using cold. So Nord is a good choice for also overall just resistance. All right, the other cool thing is for Khajiit. Khajiit have incredibly powerful claws. So just for funny build, you can just be completely using just your fists, no weapons. And so because Khajiits have such a high uh, powerful claws, Khajiits can actually kind of make a really funny build, just running around beating people up with your fists. Eventually, though, any character using weapons will overpower Khajiit's fists eventually in the long term. But at the first of starting the game, Khajiits are very powerful just because of the claws. All right, so yeah, those are the main classes. Yeah, you have to choose class carefully because once you choose, you can't go back on it. You can change the appearance, but don't go back. One other thing I'd like to point out is the height of the character. So regarding the height of the characters, so High Elf is the highest, Nord or Orc is the second highest, and all of the other ones are shorter. One particular one is Breton. Breton female is the shortest character here at all, and this has effect on your walking speed. Walk run speed is actually determined by the height of your character. So the high elf will have the highest, the fastest moving speed and running speed, while the orcs will be the second, everybody else will be third, and Breton female, specifically Breton female, will be the slowest character to move with. So it's just something to take into consideration when you create your character. All right, so this is an explanation of all the character classes you have. I usually play Nord just to fit in, and just because I don't know, just the character I usually play with. If Breton would be as tall as Nords, naturally I also play female. If Breton would be tall as Nords, I would probably use Breton because magic resistance is incredibly powerful. All right, well this covers up the entire starting a character guide. I'll make more guides on like weapons, armors, places to visit, quests to do, etc., etc. All right, thank you so much for your time and have a good day.